Good evening, video Van Goghsians. Like, I want to get in depth about the whole process in this video, and unfortunately, I wanted to show the pencil portion against the ink portion, but I don't really have any pictures or anything to show of a pencil piece that I've finished. I'll try to explain the difference as best I can without any visual aid. Probably the most recent thing I've done is the poster for Hank's album, and I'm not going to talk about the whole poster, but I'll talk a little bit about just a couple of the pictures that I did for it. One of them being the anglerfish, which is probably one of the more simple things about it. And the thing about doing the songs for Hank is that he basically just wanted me to draw the songs, so the lyrics are already there, so the idea for the drawing is already there, which makes it a lot easier as far as I'm concerned. With So Jokes, for example, he gave me free reign basically to do whatever I wanted, and I was able to get it done pretty quickly, but it was a lot more pressure having to just come up with something out of nothing rather than having, you know, basically everything before me. And I made some decisions, but overall, you know, I just had to draw the song. And anglerfish is a good example of something that was just really simple. When I do a pencil sketch, it doesn't really look a lot different than what you actually see in the end. I don't typically fill in large black spaces with the pencil, so it's usually a lot of lines, but a lot of the detail lines, like on the fish, stuff like that, is usually kind of put in there, and then I'll go over it. And I don't always go over it exactly the way I put it in there. I don't really do a lot of touching up or anything on the computer. I usually finish something and then set the contrast really high so it's really black and really white. But otherwise I don't mess with it a whole lot. But on this one, there was black filled in, so that's a real simple one. The other one I'll show you, which is a little bit more complicated, is the one for the fathers of the founding fathers, which I was a little bit more creative about because I wasn't really sure. I wasn't really sure what to draw. And in this one I made some decisions, you know, left out some of the characters that Hank mentions. And this one I really wish I had the pencil sketches to compare it to, especially as it goes along. But you know, I don't really think there's anything that I'm doing that's like, you know, out of the ordinary necessarily. Start with, you know, just kind of roughly laying out the characters and blobs and shapes, and then go to you know, adding the details when I feel like, you know, I've laid them out as much as I want to. So please, if you have any specific questions, leave them in the comments. If you'd like to see a pencil sketch and then a pen sketch, you know, if you'd like to see those two things for one drawing, let me know, and I'll try to add that in next week. Overall, overall, I'm pretty happy with the way these two pieces turned out. There's other things in the poster that I'm not 100% happy with, you know. But I mean, if everyone else likes it, you know, that'll be then that's good enough for me. To answer Natalie's question about whether doing this stuff or doing anything that I do is work or if it's fun, I have a really good time coming up with ideas and sort of, you know, the way things are going to look on the page. The beginning where I'm thinking about it, and then the middle where it's, you know, I have something to look at, and then the end where it's totally finished are pretty fun. But the stuff in between usually seems like a bit of work, and I spend a lot of the actual drawing part. Spend a lot of that time looking at, you know, photos for reference or erasing and re-erasing to get something to look right, and so that part is can be pretty frustrating. And then going back over in ink, sometimes it's just utterly tedious. And that's it. Peace.